All right. Welcome to a episode of, you know what? I don't even know what to call this. Okay, here's what's going on. This is Thunder Bay, and we got a request from a comment to pay attention to Thunder Bay in the Dynasty, in the Eugene Elephants Dynasty. So we're gonna pay attention to Thunder Bay, which is a Canadian team based in Thunder Bay, Ontario, Canada. A place I would love to visit someday. Anyway, first of all, they are playing in a independent capacity, and right now I'm just gonna run through the roster real quick because I'm not gonna do what you call full videos with Thunder Bay, other than this intro that I'm gonna do, so you at least know the team. But what I am going to do with Thunder Bay is tack on, you know, was their results on the Eugene's videos. So yeah, that's how we gonna do it. But right now we just going through their roster, and I'm not sure. Should I show everybody? Yeah, I guess I'll show everybody because they're not a rebuilder, if you will. I'm not. They're not what you call a low level cupcake that I'm trying to build into a champion. But what I am going to do is I'm going to put them right now. It's kind of kooky the way I got the setup right now, but right now it is going to say that they're in the MAC when you look at it, but they're really in an extended independent, because right now the MAC doesn't make any sense right now. But what I am going to do is I'm going to put them in a conference in the second season. But for right now, since someone is interested in Thunder Bay, we will keep up with Thunder Bay in this dynasty. So the way I originally did it, Thunder Bay with the logo and everything is totally different from their original dynasty. That entire setup was totally different. The logo, like I said, logo was different. Uniforms was different. The only real difference is in this version of the Thunder Bay, I had to add red to their uniforms because of the red B on their logo. So once I get, able to move them over to another dynasty, I might drop the red. I might keep the red. I don't know. It depends. But originally it was just black and gold. Just another version of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Just everything was kind of on the opposite. They had the white helmets and the white pants, and you had the black jerseys, then you had the yellow jerseys, and the helmet. I think you had a white helmet and a gold helmet. You only got so many of difference with the with how many uniforms you can have. And they was a balanced run team. They was in a all Canadian dynasty, which was the first dynasty that I was doing. But all of that was off video. That was before I even thought of making videos. That was just a dynasty that I was just doing. I was having fun. I wasn't even playing Thunder Bay all that much. I was mostly doing Toronto, because Canada got Canadian college teams, and someone on Team Builder put Canadian teams on there, and I downloaded 12 of those teams out of how many? And that was quite a few. But yeah, I downloaded 12 of them and I put them in the Mac, and I was just running a Canadian Dynasty. Most of their games was played in the snow. And I said, well, shoot. And I downloaded how many teams did I download? I downloaded 10 of his teams, and I download another one team that's made up that someone did, Lakehead, which is an actual school, but they don't play football, I don't think. And it's located in Thunder Bay. Yeah. And then I made up Thunder Bay. So that's how it was done. And that's why right now Thunder Bay, well, in that dynasty I only did one season and they was undefeated, so they were like 13-0. So anyway, so this particular dynasty setup, and the reason why it's so messed up, because I put in a bunch of different teams to include Thunder Bay and Eugene, and I put in some other teams. And what I was going to do was just putting them in different conferences. Like I had 2 teams going to the SEC. I had a couple of teams going into the ACC. I had Eugene going into the Pac, and I had them all spread out there in the first season that I fast forward, and then I stopped doing that dynasty because I only went like 2 weeks, and I left it alone. And then I was doing, the new SEC. Then I said, oh, I could do Division 2 with my other teams that I came up with. I made in Team Builder that I made with the D2. So I'm looking around and I said, well, shoot, I already did Lake Placid, which is also in this dynasty with Eugene and Thunder Bay, but I'm gonna let that go for right now. And then I did I'm doing the new SEC, and now I got the Division 2. And I said, well, there's one of my teams that I made up is not in a dynasty, and that's when I decided to do Eugene. Right, they're like the last team standing. They was the odd team out. That's why they didn't get in Division 2, because I couldn't put them into that particular dynasty. So I had them over here, and I said, well, shoot, let me see what I can do. Okay, we're looking at their schedule now for Thunder Bay, and as you can see some of the teams that are either in the SEC dynasty, like Alabama Tech, Key West, and you might see a couple of teams that's in Division 2. And I'm just gonna treat them as, like, say for Key West State, that was just an extra game off screen from the SEC dynasty. Almost like they're connected, but they're not connected. Just to hopefully cut down on confusion. But and so like I said, when I decided to do Eugene, I was just gonna ignore Thunder Bay, and I was gonna ignore Lake Placid, and I was trying to ignore these other teams as well. It was just gonna be about Eugene in this particular dynasty that I got set up. But since, like I said, someone request pay attention to Thunder Bay. Oh, so I said, okay, I'm gonna pay attention to Thunder Bay, but this is where they at right now. So everything that they did in that first season that I simmed through, and what they're doing right now is all gonna count on their overall dynasty record. Cause I like to keep up with records, so I like to keep up with dynasty records. So please don't ask. It's just the way I am. It's me. But so after the first two games that were simulated, you can see their Sparks and their other players. The head coach. This is the actual head coach from the original Dynasty. It's just like I said, so many changes been made. There's the actual playbook, the actual defensive playbook that I had to redo in order to put them in here. And you can see their points was accumulated from the first season, but I didn't apply their points. I didn't apply their points to this season, so I'm gonna go and do that as well and get their points on board like they supposed to be, because I don't put the points in during the season. I like to let the points build up, and then during the off season, as part of the off season growth of the coach, then I throw those points in there, and that's how I like to do it. So, and then you can see Patrick Allen, the defense coordinator, the DC. And usually I have the same pattern as far as points go. I like to be able to sure up stopping the run first, stopping the pass second. Offense coordinator, I like to, put a lock on the ball. Don't like to make too many turnovers, because I'm gonna turn the ball over like a bug. Because that's just where I am. All right, so now we're looking at the pipeline states, and as you can see, team based in Canada, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, they're gonna have a lot of takers, but they also got a lot of Floridians. And then we're looking at the map here. You can see I hadn't started their recruiting yet, but I like to keep everything on that northern border, and we're looking at where the program stands. And as you can see, it is way different than Eugene. And looking for needs for recruitment. Help on the kickers. Can use some middle linebackers and some free safeties. So free safety, middle linebacker, and kicker. So normally I go to this particular screen in order to find the need players first. I always try to recruit one and one extra, and then after I do that, especially when there ain't a lot that I need, then I go over to going state by state, depending on the team that I have. Because I like to, when I recruit, I like to recruit in state first, and then hit the surrounding areas, the surrounding states. And then later on, after that, then I go after players that want to come and play. So I try to recruit those guys that we may not even be on their radar first. But I'm sorry for all the babbling. Um, getting off, getting off topic here. But as you can see, they only got one player in Canada, and that's a fullback. So we're gonna make sure we get him, and then I'm just gonna distribute the points and everything. And once we get all the points put out there, like I said, we got guys from Wisconsin, Ohio, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Maine, Indiana, all those close to Canada states. Alaska, we're gonna hit Alaska pretty hard too. In fact, Alaska is what I'm gonna be looking for as far as pipeline as well. And our first on-screen game that I'm gonna show you is gonna be Thunder Bay taking on the Cavaliers. Now keep in mind, I am not going to look at their jersey. Now, another thing that's different between when I originally did Thunder Bay is the gold is darker. Alright, so here we go. We're gonna go through this big game here with Thunder Bay. They already 2-0. Trying to see if they can go 0-3. And you see I got them in a dome. They was a dome. So when I brought them over here, I made sure, when I redone the team, I made sure I kept them in a dome. Alright, so Sparks gonna hand off here to his running back. And they're gonna get caught in the backfield. Now here comes Virginia. And the quarterback gonna try to run. And they're gonna hand off here. Got a first down there. Peacock. Then he's gonna make this throw here. And on with the catch. And then we're gonna get the sack. Second and goal on the sack. No, that's first and goal. Now third and goal. And they got an incomplete. And Virginia's gonna kick the field goal. And here comes Thunder Bay. Sparks with the throw to Elliott right here. And then they're gonna make the throw here. Workman. And then he's gonna make a tough touchdown throw here. And Thunder Bay's on the board as Elliott with the reception. Somebody please turn the light on, please. Thank you. Lights on. And some defense here as Thunder Bay with the touchdown. And I'm just telling you, man, the only difference, like I said, between the way I originally did this team and then I had to go back and redo the team because it got lost. The only difference is the logo on the helmet, the color of the helmet, the red that I put in the shade of gold. Other than that, and then the fact that they had two logos. I got two logos now. Cause Lake Placid, Thunder Bay, the original Thunder Bay that I made up, I think was the very first team that I did in team building. But like I said, that team is long lost. Anyway, we got this long throw here to Daniel Elliott, and shoot, and you can see they can throw that ball deep now. And it's a 14-6 ball game, but Virginia would get a nice throw of their own right there. And their quarterback, he likes to run. He was able to get him here for a sack. That's the third sack Singleton on that one, and they forced the field goal. I wish he was able to, like, well, it's 14-9 at the half, but I wish you could make some changes to the stadium as well, so you can keep the illusion of this being Thunder Bay's stadium instead of somebody else's. I mean, they got their own field part, but they never. I guess they wasn't thinking about at least taking banners down or changing banners. But hey, Virginia with the score here, and they take a 15-14 lead, and then they try to go for two. Quarterback fumbles. Oh my goodness, no, he didn't. And shoot, the Steelers picked it up, and they're gonna run it back for a 2-point conversion. Ain't nobody gonna catch him, and make it a 16-15 game. I don't think I ever seen that. I seen some guy since I've been doing dynasties. I never seen a computer do that. I seen them try somebody recover and try to run it back, but couldn't get close. Or they get a good run, but they couldn't quite get there to get that 2-point conversion going the other way. But hey, the Steelers get a field goal there, and that ends the game 26-15, and they remain unbeaten. So like I said, right now they are independent, but in season 2 of Eugene, we'll put them in a conference. And what I think I might do is I will have whatever conference I put Thunder Bay in, I will have that conference play the Pack in the Rose Bowl, so we can get a meeting between Eugene and Thunder Bay someday. Someday. Who knows? And like I said, we looking at the stats real quick, and they got a couple of sacks. They got 3 sacks. Yeah, they got a number of tackles for loss. And Thunder Bay are, I think they're a better throwing team than I originally did, because they was a better running team. But that's it. Well, hey, thanks for watching, and like I said, this Thunder Bay will be part of the Eugene Dynasty. So we'll see you then. Until then, you have a good one. Thanks for watching, and hope y'all enjoy.